Hello traders and welcome to the Weekly Forex forecast for the week of May 5th, 2019. Looking at the dollar index here to start with, and you can see here on the week, pretty bullish week last week, and then we had uh, a move right back into the range, and then a close actually outside of it. So we're still leaning bullish here on the dollar. You can see on the let's go down to a daily time frame here. You can see that we closed, we had a beautiful candle, rejection candle below this key level here of 97.70. And then we ended up closing above it here on the day on a good NFP number. So I expect to see this dollar to go ahead and continue to appreciate, and a nice pullback here, probably faked out quite a few traders. But watching 98.68 here for resistance. We'll watch around 97.70. If this turns it down here, gets back in the range though, we'll watch 96.70 here as another area of support. Going into the euro dollar, you can see kind of grinding along here, but finally, as we mentioned last week, hit our level 111.48. Expected a little bit more of a move to the downside here. Got it a little bit. You can see a little peak there of the candle, but nice rebound here on the week. We're going to see if we can kind of find support here inside the or in the euro here on shorter time frames. See if we can find any type of support. I'd expect this to make maybe another stretch down here. Maybe I wouldn't say down to this 110 level here, but possibly right around 111 or so. Maybe another touchdown there, or maybe basing out here for a little bit, and have maybe a sideways to maybe an upward bias here. So we'll see if we can get any type of support. If it does start to move higher, watching 113.03 as the next area of resistance. Pound dollar had a great week here as far as the pair goes. You can see that we had, again, a nice move. It was expecting a little bit further downside here, at least 127.70 here. Just turned on a dime here and was finished here pretty bullish. Watching 132.27 here for resistance, and beyond that 134.31 if we continue this extreme bullishness here. Otherwise, support's going to be right here at 130, but leaning long here in the pound. Dollar yen leaning towards the downside here, and again, you can see this made a slightly higher high here and started to roll down here a little bit. Watching this to see if we can get this 110 level here, more specifically 109.91. We're going to watch 110 to see if we can get any type of support through there. Otherwise, resistance continues to be around 112.51 if we reverse here. But it looks like it's pointing towards the downside here, and we'll be leaning that way. However, the daily chart, it looks like it was trying to find some support here. So I think we might either move to the side or have a downward drift here. So still leaning towards the downside, but maybe a little bit choppy as we get down to 110. Aussie dollar here, this 70 level has held up time and again, held up again this week. A nice little rejection candle off this level here as well. It's quite possible we could stay in this range here between 72 and a 70 figure here as well. It's looking pretty heavy on this level. If it does break, especially if there's no China deal, for instance, if there's no China trade deal, I could certainly see this level break and start retesting 68, 67 here. So again, Aussie, we could have stay in the range here, but looks a little heavy here. If we break this, and especially off of no trade deal with China, 68, 67 certainly comes in view. The Kiwi, kind of the same philosophy here we have with the Aussie dollar here. They're pretty dovish here. Again, if there's no deal over there in the Asian region, then we could certainly see 65.90 break. But we did have pretty good rejection. We actually held above it this week. And you could start to see, maybe another move to the downside here. Continue to watch 65.90 for support, but if we start to get that bounce, watch 67.86 as the next area of resistance. But again, no trade deal with China or any type of news like that, or any type of weakness. Could certainly see this break. Start looking at the 65 figure here for support. Dollar CAD doing a whole lot of chopping here, and we had a nice break here on the week. Expected to see this move higher. That did not happen. I would expect this to kind of follow the dollar index here, and if we can have a bullish week here, I think 136.39 or bullish week in the dollar. I can see 136.39 here tested here as for a nice double top. So we'll be watching that area for resistance. Support currently right around 132.95 if we turn down, but expecting some chop around here, and this will probably look towards the dollar for any type of direction. Euro yen here, not a whole lot to say. Continuing to watch 123.33 for support, resistance at 127.16. Again, if we get some heaviness here in the yen or even the euro, could see this 123.33 break. So range bound here for now. Aussie yen certainly is continuing to look heavy, bouncing off the 78 figure here. If that breaks, certainly watch a 77 figure here, or 76.96 more specifically. But pointing towards the downside here, and certainly looks a little bit heavy. Resistance in this market is actually going to be right around the 80 figure, so we'll be watching that area for resistance, but leaning to the downside here in the Aussie yen. Pound yen, pretty bullish bounce off of 144.16. Continue to watch this bounce here. Right now, resistance is at 147.33 and 149.26. But if we continue to see follow through on the pound, could certainly see this one certainly start threatening 150 here once again. That's our weekly Forex forecast for the week of May 5th, 2019. Good hunting out there and happy trading.